So my first budget tech episode of 2025, this is like best tech underneath that $25 mark. Trust me, it's getting harder to find better deals. So the first one, just forgive me, I'm a bit delayed. So these are D-brand skins, which I've used across a ton of my products over the years. This is my M4 Max MacBook Pro that I finally got around to setting up. So the first thing that I usually do with new stuff, I just stick a skin on it. I'm someone that typically doesn't like cases. I like to rock my stuff naked. But if you want a little bit of protection, especially if you're traveling, if you're sticking keys in your pocket, if you have anything floating around, the aluminum or I guess like the glass will end up getting scratched. So just keep them protected for like 20, 25 bucks depending on what skin you get. You can see that I've got it on my MacBook, my older M4 Pro MacBook Pro, which I'm upgrading from, has a different kind of skin. They've got so many different variations. They've got them for pretty much every phone. And I actually ran this poll the other day comparing this to the S25 Ultra. And a lot of you asked about the little sticker that lives on the camera case. And this actually hides a little bit this nasty bit of damage that I've done to my iPhone since I did end up dropping it. You can see that dirty crack on the glass, and this little bumper kind of protects it / kind of covers it. They're essentially glorified stickers for your devices, but they make them look a bit more unique and pretty dope. So that is item number one. I guess moving on, if you want a bit more protection, which I would probably still recommend to most people that don't end up upgrading like every single tech cycle, that hold on to their devices longer, which most people end up doing. So these are ESR cases. These are their hybrid cases. So I've got it, like I mentioned, for my iPhone 16 Pro Max, as well as the new S25 Ultra. They're 15, 20 bucks, and they provide really good protection for your device. And what I actually like is they're still kind of like transparent. You can still see the nice material in the back. They do, of course, have MagSafe. Obviously, iPhones have that, but what I really like on the S25 Ultra, there is no magnet on the back, but it has it integrated into the case. So if you have any other MagSafe accessories, for example, in my car, I've got this, once again from ESR, this wireless car charger. I can now use my Samsung device, kind of mount that on since I've been using it as my daily, and kind of use the phone without getting a separate accessory. So they're really, really handy. What I like is they provide decent protection for your device. They've got this nice lip, and they have this nice camera guard to obviously protect the lens. And even on the iPhone, this actually has a little kickflip stand. You can kind of use this to prop up your phone, keep it in a different orientation, and then you can like kind of watch content as you go. If you're still not sold on getting any sort of case, the one thing I would definitely recommend getting is a screen protector for your device. That's once again where these come in handy, and technically as screens have improved and have become like less shatter resistant, so for the iPhone that's called Ceramic Shield. The S25 Ultra has their new Gorilla Glass Armor 2, which once again makes it easier to not shatter your phone, but that in turn makes the glass softer. That's kind of like the trade-off, and they do scratch a lot easier. So grab, once again, screen protectors, 15 bucks, protect your like expensive phones, like $1,200, $1,500. They're really easy to apply, and they come in packs of 3. Once again, all of those items under 25 bucks. The next item underneath 25 bucks, obviously not the Apple Watch. Tough to find Apple products underneath that price point. This is actually just like a knockoff Amazon Milanese band. So I've actually used the original. It's what you used to get with the stainless steel, now titanium Apple Watches. Honestly, there is like zero difference. You probably can't tell it without obviously having the little Apple logo, which you can see this one is just a blank. This is like $16 off of Amazon. It still gives you that premium metal feel, but you aren't paying that Apple tax. I really like the Milanese band as it gives you that like perfect fit because it is magnetic. It doesn't rely on certain different like holes for sizing, so you can really get it as tight or as loose as you want it. I typically rock my watch on the tighter side. To me, it should be above this little like orbital bone, but we can get into a watch debate all you want. So that is $25. The one thing that you can get from Apple underneath that $25 mark is something that I always swear by. It's just a good old like Apple AirTag. You can see how used mine is. I've had this since day one, and this has saved me countless times, whether this is on like my key set, whether it's on my luggage. I just have them every time that I travel, every time that I'm like moving locations, because my brain is like going a million miles a minute, and it's just good to know where all of your stuff is all the time. So this is probably the best thing that you can grab. OEM, $25. The next thing pertaining to that is actually EDC related. So this is a little sneak peek, so I'm not gonna spoil too much. This is actually gonna go on my key set. This is just a little key loop band that I picked up. So obviously you guys know that orange is my favorite color. You can see that I've got like little accents of it all around. I'm just gonna leave it at that with what this material is. So come the summer, I'm gonna have something really special in this pattern. If you can guess it, let me know what you think down below, but no other spoilers I think this is gonna look really cool. I've got way more fabric. Once again, I'll just leave it like that. Speaking of orange, switching into kind of stationary stuff that I use here around like the studio. So if you obviously work from home, work from like a home office, you can use like just little stationary bits. So this is this little Sweet Horizon pen. Like I said, I like the color orange. 15 bucks off of Amazon. It's simple, it's made in Japan, and obviously I just like the splash of color. My little unboxing knife, which I saw, which I've actually just picked up a couple new, or I've ordered a couple new blade replacements. This is from Olfa, once again, something made in Japan. I've got this weird obsession from going there. If you've been to Japan, you know that they love their stationery. I feel like I'm like so in tune with that. So yeah, this is typically what I use to unbox all my products. It's simple. You can just kind of unscrew the little flywheel, and this was actually a cool little collab that Olfa did with dbrand for some of their skins. So I just have this kicking around in my studio. Once again, I've had it for a couple years, and I love the fact that you can just swap out these blades when they get a bit dull over time. Another little desk accessory that I use here at the studio, just for a little bit of B-roll, just to make it a bit of a stark difference from all the white that I have going on. These are just felt coasters that I picked up, once again, off of Amazon. If you're into like the home decor space, I think these are just great underneath that like $20-ish mark. They're simple, they're easy. If you end up ripping one, if you lose one, if they get just too damaged, they're easy to replace. I kind of grew up with my parents always like enforcing into my head, make sure you use a coaster. Don't put down like your drink on a surface. Now moving into a house, or I guess like living in my place now, I have all these nasty little like water rings from cups that I've put. So mom and dad, I learned the hard way. When I move into that new spot, into like my new place, which I'm building, I will definitely up my coaster game just using these. Next off, little travel adapter, something that I've used a lot already this year. So if you obviously don't know, like I travel like a ton, like 100,000-ish, no, 200,000 miles last year. That's like crazy. I've already done like close to 20,000. It's only like the start of the year. So this little travel adapter, I travel to Europe a lot. My parents live there for half the year. This thing is lifesaver since I can use like all my North American stuff into a Euro plug. So obviously that just kind of works by plugging in there. It also works with the UK adapters, which is nice. So you can just pick up these little travel adapters for like 10, 15 bucks. Once again, just off of Amazon. It's simple, it's easy, and never leave your place without these if you do travel. So last but not least, I think a lot of you know that I am a big Lego fan. I actually got this as a little gift from Lego for Christmas actually this year. I still have to build it, but I think it's pretty cool. I think this set is 25 bucks. Lego ranges from, something on like the cheap end to some of the more baller sets which you see behind me. But I do love Lego for that. They obviously range in different prices. You can see here when I build it, I'm just gonna put this nice little like picture frame, maybe like something with like Cat and Link in it, maybe for Christmas. This is also kind of like another sneak peek. I've got a cool project coming up with Lego again. Let me grab the set. This is not the exact set, but it is McLaren related. It is orange related. Obviously, I have a ton of Lego sets that I still have to build. This one is kind of just like sitting off here in the studio waiting for me to make it. But I will once again leave it at that as a bit of a teaser. If you can guess what it is, let me know. Some really cool tech that we went through like underneath that $25 mark. Like I said, it's tough to find that budget stuff. I'm actually partnering up with ESR. If you have a device that can use like a case on it, they said that they'll send you out not only a case, but a screen protector. So just make sure you comment down below what device you have, sub to the channel if you haven't already. And we're kicking off 2025 with a bit of budget tech. Peace.